Alright, as you can see by the intro, it's time to do the hitboxes today. I think a lot of people were asking about this one, so it's kind of one of the things I'm going to force in there. It's not directly relevant to the end goal where we learn how to decompile the game and get the AI scripts and stuff out of the game, but it's a good one to have because you can kind of see different things that go on in it. I had to turn off No Crow's Charm and Demon Bell because I was doing crazy stuff. However, my damage is going to be very low because I flew from Goyobu. I didn't beat him, I just said screw it, turn him off, and just skipped all the way here. And I'll show you how to quickly move around the game with that. At first, let's just make ourselves invincible because we're going to get wrecked if he hits us. So that's cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate him, get him to pull away from the corner there, and then we'll turn him off quick and then go from there. So let's just get him to run out here. So we'll be a little out for a second. Okay. Well, he's turned our way, that's a good thing. So let's turn this way. Let's try to get a better angle without some crazy light action going on there. Yeah, okay, this was good. So we can kind of see what's going on. Just stare at his ass for a second. So to turn on hitboxes for their hitboxes, or basically what you'd be doing damage to, you need to go into 3 different menus. 2 of them adjust what you have. So like one will adjust the textures that are there. Another ones will enable drawing the hitboxes. And then the final one that we're going to turn on will enable the drawing, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So it'll put it into like a debug mode to basically actually see everything. And then I'll show you when you pause the game, you can see that it just completely draws it over everything. So, but yeah, so to get the ragdoll or the physics or the hitboxes going right from the get-go, we go into his character model, which we know how to do. So it's game character instance, world character. We're locked on, so we can use the locked on one. We can also use M17, its map number that it's in, and find its number. It's 5100 here. I'm still promised to link all of the character models if I remember to. But like I said, it's really easy to do to figure it out. So you go to here. It doesn't say it at the top, but you can go to basic info here and you see that it's 510000, with the first 4 are its character models, the last 4 are the instance of it. So we already know what that is. So we can actually go through the map style here and we'll still find them there. And of course, since we're right next to it, it has this huge white circle next to it, which means it's activated and actively loaded in. There's also some other things here too, like 5010. I don't know what those are, but we'll warp to those and figure out what those are in a second here. Let's see how much health they have. They have a ton of health, which means they're probably, if I had to guess, they're just idols, and idols have like 20,000 health and for some reason. But anyway, so for him, again, we need to do the 3 things. So let's go into the Havoc menu right here. Under Ragdolls, at the very top menu there. And we need to basically just draw Ragdolls. All right, let's turn. Nothing happened, okay, because we didn't do the next starts, okay? So we'll go back out again, back out, blah, 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 until we get to this point, which is, you know, game, character instance, character debug right here. And we need to turn this one on, whatever this one is. I don't know what it says, but it's where you see all draw hit, the one just above it. As you can see, there's some blue shit that kind of popped up in his head, which is a good thing. So now what we need to do is turn off the textures. So we can go into his character model. Let's go back to the character model again. As you can see, like it kind of like identifies what it is as you kind of hover over it. Kind of gets like a nice little feature. And then, let's see, where are we at again? So we need to go to draw to turn off his textures. So draw here, right above his health values. And then toggle draw will turn off his textures. So now we have a naked wireframe model of whatever the hell this boss is. I don't want to warp out here. Let me just take this off the hotbar. Let me turn all shit off. As you can see, it kind of just gets drawn right through it. So, you know, obviously the debug mode just forces all the drawing into there. Going back out, we want to try to play around with it and see what we can do with this. So we know that Guardian Ape has a head hitbox. So we can do, and we had a debate with our buddies saying that, you know, it does double HP damage, double stamina damage. So let's test it out and see if we're correct and, you know, going for it. So it's 740. Looks like it did 80 HP damage right there in the leg. We'll try it again for the grin. So that's 80. So 3 hits does, you know, X amount of damage, does 240 damage. So it's 80 vitality apiece. We'll worry about Sam in a second. So let's line up and get a headshot. Uh-oh, it does 80 again. That looked like 80 again. 80 again. 80 again. 80 again. So yeah, so vitality damage with headshots only does 80 vitality damage. Let's decrease the health down a little bit here. We'll go under that 40% threshold, so our stamina regen, which is only 12 now, which isn't too bad. We'll see what that does now. So, let me actually see if I can just turn that off right now. I don't really know how to... Is it this one? No. You know, honestly, I don't really care right now. Okay, so let's go in there. Let's smack him again. So we got his health down below that 40% threshold, and we'll smack the arm. It looks like it did about 30. If we go back into the tape, we'll actually see that it's actually 30. So it's 30 again. We'll hit some other spots, 30 again. Cool beans. So now we know that the body hit does 30, and I can just tell you that the rest of the body does it. But there are two head boxes. There's this one directly above here that we're going to hit, and the one just behind it, kind of in its chest here, also does one. There might be one other one there and there, but we're going to test out phase 2 also. So when we smack his head, we'll see what it does. That did a significant amount more, so we can tell that it does double the posture damage, but vitality damage is exactly the same. So hit again, same thing. I think if we can kind of sneak one in here, there's probably a way we can kind of sneak one in there to do more damage. So you can see the heads, doing that stuff. So let's kill him quick, but kind of improve our point here. We'll bring on phase 2. And we'll see what happens at phase 2. Since it is a different character model. It's really loud, sorry. Since it is a different character model, we might have to change our settings again. Or we might not to, but we'll see what happens. But we'll be able to see the changes as his head disappears. Looks like his head is actually still intact. However, we can kind of run through his head this time. Alright. So now he's standing up and he still has a head. So we need to kind of freeze him in place to kind of do some headshots to test out that part too. But let's turn his textures on to see what he looks like here. Maybe he just didn't update his model or something. Let's do here. Go to draw. Right there. Yeah, oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Let's go back, hold on. Draw. We're going to go all the way down. L2 is the one I wanted to do. Toggle draw. Interesting. So I can't turn the toggle draw on here because it's not actually drawing that model. It just changed it, but it ever carried over some ideas, or it carried over some attributes, I guess you'd say. So let's go back. Let's go player lock model again, and then try it again, see what happens. As you can see, he still has a head. But he doesn't have a head. His head's right here. And his head doesn't actually exist. So they leave his head right there. So that's why when you're doing a big-ass mortal draw and you swing right over the top of him, you still smack him in the head there. But what we can do, let's slow him down a little bit. We'll get him to do an attack so we can get in, start whacking his head here. And then after this, I'll show you the attack hitboxes and stuff like that. So now that we got him locked on, let's lock back on again. Let's get him to go slow as fuck. So we remember how to do that in the last one under behavior. Top. Animations, we're going to slow his place. Well, that's fast. Put his play speed down to 25 for now, and then we'll reactivate him. So, and then when we get him into a place that we like him, that's hopefully facing us, we'll be able to do some testing on him. We'll be able to pause him in place. So, that's not going to be good. We're going to get smacked. Oh yeah, we need to pause him under behavior. Animation, and then... Oh no, hold on, let's give him a better spot here. Oop, so he's at 0. Although the tracking is kind of annoying, so that's cool. So we need to find a spot where he's not going to be stuck in a tracking menu, so let's go back out a little bit. And I can assure you, yep, going backwards does really bad things, so if you can handle it, don't go backwards. Alright, let's try that. Maybe he's not tracking as bad right now. Okay, cool. So now the tracking, as you can see in certain parts of the animation, the tracking does get enacted. It just will stick with you the whole time, so if you slow him down a bunch of times, it doesn't matter, he'll still track you even if the body's not moving. However, whatever animation that I was just doing, there's probably the sweep one, the tracking is already done. So that's like when you strafe an attack, the tracking follows you until until a certain point, and then it starts really kind of doing the attack and stuff like that. But you can see that he has a head, and we should be able to hit that right there. So let's back out again. And we'll use our incredibly scientific method. You can see his HP is different, so he's got more, I believe it was 740. 70-40 for this one. Again, there's day scaling involved, and this is with no bosses dead, so that's not going to be a true number. And what's going on? That's not going to be a true number from prior things. And let's turn his textures off again so we can kind of see the whole picture here. Let's lock on. Down to here. Turn his textures off. Toggle draw. Okay. Great shot. So you can see his head doesn't exist here. We're going to stay away from the sword for a reason. It might be activated. And we'll show you how to do that afterwards. So again, we can do our testing again to see what headshots do. And since he doesn't have a head, you can see we can bam, smack him right there. And it does, looks like, oh god, he's got so much health. Let's turn his health down a little bit. Okay, he's under the 40 threshold. Smack his hand. It looks like it did about 30. Yep. And then we'll try here again. So we're looking at 2460 something, or no, 2448 to kind of be the number. And you can see it did the 24. So again, it's doubled headshots and stuff like that. Trying to see if we can sneak into this chest cavity. This chest cavity might do double damage. Mortal Draw does some funny things, but I believe it's that second. So you see the one right here, and the one just underneath it, like it's basically it's stuck in his neck. That's the other one that kind of does headshot damage, but it's kind of a bitch to get into a hit, so... But yeah, alright. So now that we know how to check our damages and stuff like that, there isn't any other double damage hitboxes that I know of for this boss, so we're going to move on. We'll just show you how to do the attack hitboxes. And I believe right now there should be an active hitbox, so if I run into the sword right now... So let's turn it back on so we can see the sword. I just got to lock onto him, though. Draw. We want to turn the textures back on, so... There's the sword. So if I run into the sword right now, I should be able to get hit. But there's a way we can actually just verify that. So we don't have to worry about just running into it and just trial and error it. So let's go back out to the debug menu. So again, game, character inst, char debug, which is where we found our turn on and off stuff here. But we're going to leave those on for now. And then there is a setting in here. Oh no, it's not in here. I lied. That's right. It's way the fuck out here. In a whole different thing. This one that says Japanese symbols, 18. We turn this on, and that is the one that'll turn it on, because when you see me swing Sekiro's thing, my attack hitbox happens. So let's speed him up a little bit to see if we can't get one of his hitboxes to show up for an attack. Let's go back here. So we can go back into his character model. CHR inst. World character. We're locked on, so we'll use the locked on one. Go into behavior to speed him up. Animation, and you can actually step forward every frame. I don't want to do that because that's really slow. It's somewhere in this menu, and I'm good without doing it. So I'm not sure what attack he's doing. I think he's going to jump. Oh no, he's doing a sweep. No, he's jumping. So let's get the fuck out of the way, I think. Oh, so you can tell he's tracking now, even though we're stopped. So I must be doing a new attack here. I'm at 10%, and then run the hell out of the way. Okay, and then when it pops up, we'll slam him. Okay, good. Any second now, any second now, any second now. Bam, so close. 2%, 2. There it is. Okay. So now we have an attack hitbox. So everything in that yellow line is an active attack hitbox. If I walk into it, it's going to hit me. As you can see, it's parked in his shoulder also. So if we ran into his head right now, it's actually going to hit us. My understanding with this is that it helps with casuals. You know, some of the better players will sit there and they'll be, you know, targeting on the sword. And you can see how it goes on the extra end of the tip there. To do it. So if you ever get hit by the shoulder and you get pissed off that it's not, because the hitbox extends that far. So what we'll do is to prove that, we're going to walk right into it and we get fucking wrecked. Cool. But now, since we've already used it, we can actually just walk through there like it's nothing. That's how you don't get double hit and stuff like that once the attack boxes are used, once they are done with. But yeah, so that's our attack hitboxes and stuff like that. So Ape is doing his thing. We got ours. I don't have Mortal Draw, otherwise I'd show you. I'll show you that in the next video, I guess. Or if there's a way I can grab it. You know what? We'll cut here. Actually, no, screw it. I'll show you Mortal Draw at the end. What we're going to do is we're going to go fly around a little bit to get to a different boss and go from there. So now that Ape is just chilling there in his, you know, just kind of lounging out, laying in, stuff like that, we've already used his hitbox. Let's go somewhere else here. Let's go find Monk as quick as possible. So again, in our maps, we can see what's loaded in. So the 5010, that's kind of like a thing. Where does that go? Nowhere. That's not good. Being in a boss arena, it kind of sucks. So we are... Oh yeah, so those must have been gunners. So you can kind of find a new character model and then run to them. Oh man, I didn't want to be up here. I just jumped on here. Whee! And Guardian Ape is obviously still active because that. Alright, let's go. 7-4? Who is 7-4? It's usually helpful if you know what the hell you're... Like, what you're looking for. Well, this one's been that lady. Alright, let's go to Snake Eyes, I guess. So... Okay. I'll probably speed this up here. Good job. Since we didn't die, we can't die. Cool. It's kind of an annoying spot. Let's see what these guys' numbers are. Thanks, buddy. So those guys are 1250 300s, so the 300 instance of that. Great. Alright, let's go a little bit quicker here. So I'm trying to remember. I don't remember any of these, what the character models are. We'll keep this menu over here, because at some point it'll kind of like glitch out quickly when we change basically the map from like Mibu to everything else. And unfortunately it might kill Guardian Ape because it's going to deload his area, but we'll just get some points out of it, I guess, whatever. See all the hitboxes for the snake. Very close there. We might have iframed it. I don't think you can iframe though, but pretty nice. And you can see some of the things that I have. So like when you do a wall jump, you can see the hitbox for the wall jump. So you can actually go backwards. As long as that yellow pill hits the wall, you're good to go. Okay. So going here. That's great. Run like hell through here. They didn't see me, that's great. So we'll get snake eyes here. We'll turn off snake eyes because we're being a bitch and it's overlaying over Guardian Ape, which is great. And then we'll do, let's see, snake eyes is locked in. Yes. Go snake eyes quick. Which actually might be the reason why Guardian Ape isn't dying right now, is because that since we're using a debug menu, that might be a lot to do with it. So if we turned it off, his thing might go away. However, I just don't want it to crash because I'm too lazy to sit there and what's it called? Re-record. So you can see, the stamina is going up again. It's kind of does weird things in the background. But yeah, so we're gonna run here. All right, so now me boosted starts showing up. So M15 showed up. We're at 225, and let's speed this up a little bit. I think Monk is 5,000, so we could just go straight to Monk right now. So yeah, Monk is 5,000, so we'll go right to Monk. Right. Monk is loaded in, and did it aggro? Oh, it didn't even aggro. We kind of, yeah, you can see like the first couple steps didn't even aggro Monk. That's kind of funny. We have a lot of fog because we did not kill Miss Noble. But let's do the same thing to Monk right here. Let's get the hitboxes. So we'll turn off the texture. Toggle draw. Texture's off. Good. Since we already have the other one on, we just have to go into the Havoc menu. Actually, let's turn Monk off completely first. Wrong button, right button. So we don't have to worry about Monk doing anything to us. And it gets really loud and annoying. Honestly, I just kind of do it because it's loud and annoying. Ragdolls. Boop. Ragdolls. There's Monk's naked body right there. So you can hit there, whack away. So in theory, if you remember what the names of different things are, or what the character models of each different item are, you could just fling yourself around the map. So let's see what this one loaded in is. Okay, yeah. So it's really foggy. You can see all the shit that's getting thrown at us, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so remember, I think we don't have swimming, do we? I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, we'll get Orin involved here too. I think so. Yeah, there you are. Turn her off. Haha, stupid bitch. Okay, we'll turn this. Well, let's leave her shit out, I guess. But yeah. So you can kind of go through and play around with stuff like that. But you can see the different attacks and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Mortal Draw and I'll be right back. But I got to go load a different save file to get Mortal Draw. So, alright, back in 2 jiffies. Bring it on, bitch. Ooh, get fucked. Okay. Let's make it so we have unlimited things too. Hold on. Let's make our character have unlimited shit. So it's be unfair as hell. Roll character. I have 11. Good. Goods. Yes. Good. Great. So we'll run through. We'll kill some stuff. Do a double shot of these bitches. As you can see, it's a little bit too fast, so we're going to slow our character model down just a smidge to mid-air in a jiffy here. But first, we need to see what's going on here. Well, actually, the interesting part is here. So you can see we double jumped off here, but if you go too far out, there's no tree there. There is a way to actually do that, and if I'm not... Yeah, we'll do it quick. Because this is kind of a cool, or a skip that saves a bunch of time too. So under, okay, So go back to main screen, game, hit, and you'll start to see a bunch of different pieces. These are all just basically pieces loaded in, so you can see there it is. The tree loaded in. So if we actually enable, is it enable or disable? Oh yeah, will always be available. So you can see that this entire section is one polygon of collision worth. Now it should technically have one here, but it doesn't, so that's weird. So it's actually, I probably activated the wrong one. There it is, that's the one we wanted. Below rigid, so all this stuff right here has collision. There also is a texture involved there, so you can see that's kind of goofy, but you can see why this trick works. So in theory you could, well, hold on, it's kind of sloped, so we might not be able to. But, this lets you individually turn on each part of it, each different thing or whatever. So let's go back and find some other stuff here. There's a way you can turn it all on at one time, but I don't really want to do that because it kind of lags. So I think it's just under here. Yeah, there it is. But you got to turn the textures off too, and I really don't care. You can see default spelled crucially wrong. But it's nice to just isolate certain pieces because really all you care about in this whole situation is this. If you want to see all the other stuff, like every single collision point there ever is, Cheat Engine is definitely a better utility for that one. But yeah, so that's just that part. Well, since this is kind of a good stage here, let's do Mortal Draw. See, it's a little bit fast, so we're going to make our character go a little bit slower here so we can see what the hell's going on. Character, we want to go to his behavior. Animation, we're going to make ourselves go really slow, like 10% of the speed, quick. So we started the animation. Doing it. Queuing up. Make the sounds. Sounds don't typically usually stay with the animation style. Whoops, I fucked it up because I went in reverse, so that's not good. You gotta be very careful about that too if you go in reverse, so that's not good. So let's speed this up again. Yep, reverse does some goofy ass shit. Okay. Let's go back up top there, because why not? We don't have to worry about stupid doges coming after us. Okay. So let's make our character go 1%. Let's try it again here. Let's go 2%. However, let's do a different perspective here. So also in Debug Menu, you can unlock the camera. And you can see here that we can do it this way. So using the tab button, you can unlock the camera. Now we unlocked it twice. We can see once the animation start moving again, that it will give you the perspective that you just moved to. And then you can figure out the movement on that one. I really have no idea. I just kind of forgot what it was and just made it actually work. However, when you hit tab for the 4th time, so tab will go into unlocked. The 2nd tab will do another version of unlocked. And then the 3rd one will activate it where it is. And you can actually control your character at that point. Oh, fuck me. It's gonna slide off. Okay, maybe not. Okay, cool. So let's put them down to 4%. We'll let it roll. So the sound's probably already going through, or it's at different sections of sound that's going to be making this. So when it starts moving ahead, it's going to make the sound really quickly and call it a day. And there it goes. Trying. So it already did the whole thing, and then you'll see as it goes through from this perspective how big the Mortal Draw range really is. It's kind of insane. Bam. So those 2 different pillboxes that are in there, each one of those has a separate hitbox. So that's why Mortal Draw can hit twice also. I wonder if we can get a jumping Mortal Draw one quick too. Fuck. In reverse. I don't remember where the pause button is. Oh, we can just pause right here, yeah. That'll do it. So I guess we could. Let's just go at 25% with a jumping Mortal Draw. Damn, it's fast. Let's try it again. Hold on. Not easy, because it's still thinks we have a camera. Oh, that's good. Let's just do it this way. Ooh. Already dead, you motherfucker. That's reverse. Meow. Okay. So let's go, like, really slow here, and we'll pause it. Nope, fuck. Slightly faster, whatever. Okay. There we go. That looks much better. So the sound will play in a loop because whatever. There we go. So yeah. Yeah, play around with that stuff. You should have a bunch of tools to kind of play around with all the hitboxes and animations and stuff. But yeah. So we're gonna the next one. What is the next one we need to do? I think the next one we're actually doing some real stuff where we basically we do real stuff with, I can't think of the word right now, getting these scripts out and going from there. It'll be a big computer file shuffle and stuff like that, so that's really loud. Let me turn it down for a second. But yeah, so I think the next one we'll be doing that. I might have another lesson before that, so I'm sorry if you're expecting the file stuff already. This might be it, might not be it, I don't know. I really didn't write anything down, so. But thank you very much, and see you later. If you have any more questions also, if you have more questions, just put them in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, bye.